artists who we think like, I guess we could even say they're good, but like, for me, like Busta Rhymes, like, I don't like one Busta Rhymes record.
Okay.
Or like Ludacris. Like artists who people say are great, but they're like, and I'll even concede that they have ability, but I don't want to hit like, no, fuck no. Busta Rhymes is very much that for me.
Welcome to the Game 4 podcast, people. We're about to get right into it. Lance, Brixx, Trev.
Lance was just telling us Busta Rhymes this week.
No, that was this guy right here. So what was you? So,
I'm
sorry, I don't want to cut you off. The point he's trying to make is there are some artists in music. I don't even think he's just saying hip hop, but just in music.
Yeah, in music.
Who he will concede are great artists, but he doesn't like any of their music.
Right.
Go ahead, start hating.
No, nah. So like, there's artists who are just people who are super popular, who I think are whack as fuck, and I'll just say they're whack. And there's other artists who are super popular, who are talented, very talented, but I don't like none of that shit. Okay. So for me, the two rappers that come to my mind first,
Kevin
two
Hart.
artists. Oh yeah, Kevin Hart definitely has a comedian.
Or even more recently, besides like Busta and Luda, because they're kind of.
Let me get them first, because he's a legend. So
let him finish hating,
Busta Rhymes and Ludacris.
And KRS-One.
No, I like KRS.
Okay, I'm
And
sorry.
I'm with you with Luda though.
Like, first of all, they're too animated. I don't like animated ass shit where you jumping out of shit and you're a baby in videos, all that shit. So for me, already what you're putting out to me visually is so fucking outside that I'm not fucking with it.
Okay.
And then two, like Busta's whole rhyme scheme, like I think they're both, and I think it makes sense because they're both very similar artists.
You like Redman?
Yeah, I like Redman. See, because I think Redman, the difference between them and Red is I think Red is special lyrically, and Busta's good, and Luda, people say he's good. I mean, I'm not even giving like Luda's made undeniable.
T.I. said he good.
Man, Luda's made undeniable hits. So and he's been in the game for a long time. So I'm not about to just call him. I just their music visually and just how that should be sounding. I don't like none of this shit.
So who else? Anybody else you want to hate on?
No, as far as hip hop,
we were talking about ASAP before that. Like
right.
How, like you can when you watch interviews or them in small spaces, you get the appeal of ASAP Mob until you listen to the album.
I like their movement. So I guess
I'm a big ASAP fan. But initially like it was kind of weird because some of my favorite rappers of all time from Harlem, just liking Dipset and liking Big L and shit like that. So when I first saw Rocky, that's like after like Peso video, I was like, wow, this is what Harlem is now. Like these niggas got on this weird super luxe, weird shit on, and like. But once I got past that and like really listened to it, like I think ASAP Mob, they have a lot of different flavors. Like kind of like how Wu-Tang was. Like it's a big collective, but you get different things from different. So you listen to like Ferg, he got like bigger like banger type records like Plain Jane. You listen to Rocky, got more like the psychedelic, like get the Houston influence, and you can listen to like Nasty 12E, and they give you like that more classic New York sound.
Classic shit.
Like so they get it's an ill ass blend.
Right.
How they do that shit. Like so for me, I'm a big ASAP fan. What you were saying like how
So
I wish I came up with Cozy.
Like I like that shit is dope. I like their interviews and shit be dope. I think their style is dope. The music don't translate at all.
So who you hating on? But before that, let me tell you this. I went and saw Big Boy.
How was that?
That was dope as hell. It was in San Francisco.
So what do you do? Just like hella.
Well, if you go to hip hop concerts,
unlike his partner, that nigga has albums.
Yeah, but nobody went to hear that shit.
Nobody. I'm sure he wasn't doing that.
I thought people like them. Like
they do. I mean, Big Boy got a few joints. That
I like his most recent album.
Yeah, Big Boy got some joints. Cool. But for the most part, and this is messed up because.
Oh, that's Drew. Drew don't like Outkast.
Drew don't like Outkast. Oh, we'll let you talk about that. But hold on. The biggest reaction that the show got was when they played the Andre's International Players Anthem verse.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness, it was on an encore. And I'm sick of these encores. I know an encore is coming now.
Right.
Like when the artists leave the stage and they don't change no lights, they just keep everything how it is, then niggas on his way back out.
Yeah.
So on the way back out, the DJ come back out first, say, yo, want him to come back out, then y'all make some noise. Everybody go crazy. It's a screen on the thing the whole time. And when the screen on, they start playing the International Players Anthem, and they play Andre's verse, and the crowd's going crazy, singing every word. I mean, they
This
sung a
nigga
lot
ain't
of the
even
words to a
around.
lot of stuff, but they going crazy for that. And then they played a little bit of Pimp C's verse, but they ain't want.
Who had the best verse on that song?
Yeah.
Like no.
He doesn't like them, so he's got to find his angle here.
There's a lot of people who like that song for a lot of, like Big Boy's verse is super dope. People love Pimp C's verse.
Okay.
I think Pimp
I love Pimp C's verse.
Dre's verse was something like crazy.
Andre had one of the best verses in the history of rap music.
Yes, yeah,
On that
definitely.
I agree. I'm just asking. A lot
Yeah.
of people,
And I think
that's a classic,
Pimp
like,
was second, and then but I think Big Boy was close.
I think every Bun B's verse.
Because
I like, but yeah,
the reason why
I think Pimp's was
the reason
second.
why I
though.
say that is because you can tend like lyrically and like all that shit. Like Andre's verse is incredible, so I get like that part. I like Big Boy's verse the best personally.
Obviously. What is your beef with
I
Andre?
don't have to beef with Andre. I think Andre lyrically he had the best verse on the song. But
No, overall as a human.
Like, he had the.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with Andre.
You just don't think he that.
I don't really listen to Outkast. I
So
don't really listen
explain-
to the Dungeon Family or none of that. I don't really listen to
explain
them.
this,
There's
'cause he's talking about
there's really
Busta
nothing
Rhymes.
to explain. Like I don't have nothing negative to say about Andre 3000.
You
Only
don't?
thing I'll say is this is based on him being put in a certain level of MC.
Here it comes.
And he doesn't have a solo album.
Oh, okay.
And I can't think of another group where nigga don't have no album. Like we want to put like he has one solo album, which is a double disc, and the double disc with his side was primarily singing.
Okay.
And then that was how long ago? Was that 2002?
4. something like
Yeah,
that.
it was like 04.
So we haven't had an album in over a decade.
Uh-huh.
We never had a solo album. So it's hard for me to put you ahead of like Tupac or Nas or whoever when you have no album.
Right.
That's weird.
So do
that's
you-
the only thing I've ever said about him.
So do you think
I've
he's
never
an
said nothing
A+
else.
caliber lyrically?
Yes.
You think all that?
Absolutely.
But you don't really listen to any Outkast.
Because I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of
You
like.
said pull your chair closer.
I'm not a huge fan
on the
of
screen.
their production and just their overall style. That's not for me. But I've always said the same thing about Outkast.
But you, but
and
you
Andre. I've never said nothing besides that.
no. But what he's saying is
I want-
artists who are great,
Yeah.
but you don't like their music. So
Right.
Outkast is someone who's
Yeah.
great, and you don't like their music. You don't. Like, you be hearing that like, yeah, this ain't hot.
And I've heard you say be a lot more demonstrative about a lot of this before.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for that. What chord do you want me to strike for you to get going?
What have I said outside of that? But I never said that.
I've
nigga-
never heard this peaceful talk about
No,
it
I've never
before.
seen-
Normally it's
peaceful talk.
Normally it's
I don't even
it's
talk about
No,
Outkast.
no,
but we
it's-
do and you normally
normally is-
Only know what it is when niggas try to pin you into something that you're not saying. That's when I'll get annoyed.
What you mean?
I've never said nothing besides what I just said about Andre. What up? Well, tell me what this elephant memory.
Well,
What was my argument against Andre besides what I said?
Well, what he said was you said that, but a lot more demonstrative. So if
Because when niggas try to say something that you're not saying.
this is what you're saying.
Right, based
I
on
mean,
what
if
you-
y'all want to
again-
listen to a nigga in a wedding dress and a fucking
That's not-
shoulder pads, go
I never
ahead.
said that. Why are you lying?
That sounds familiar.
That's fucking- why
that
you
sounds
lying?
familiar, bro. That sounds
like some shit you
familiar.
might have heard other people say, try to put it on me because other people have had similar.
Because I've heard you. But to the point I have heard you say about like them niggas is
If I
too
have a-
out there and weird.
No, if I had a, this is the thing.
They
Y'all-
do
y'all-
robot
y'all-
sounds?
Y'all know.
I mean, if y'all
I mean like alien sounds. Alien
if
sounds.
y'all-
No,
if
I
y'all-
say
if y'all-
that goes into the
If
production.
y'all
I
want
don't
to,
like that
hear a
music.
cross-dressing nigga in shoulder pads,
If I
that's
don't-
good for y'all. But
if I don't like-
give me Mob Deep.
I don't like.
That sounds familiar.
That's how he talk.
Again,
I think that was an exact quote.
Nah, it wasn't.
Close.
Because-
Very
and,
close.
And again, I'll
You've
give
never
you-
said anything
I'll give-
remotely
I'll
close
give
to
you-
that.
I'll give you this.
Okay. Here it comes. I'm trying to get it out of you.
Back to no, it's gonna be the same thing I've been saying.
Okay.
It'll go back to when niggas start trying to put something on that you didn't say.
Well,
so then
what-
I'll probably get annoyed and say some shit like
Like
that. probably.
what? Putting something on you that you didn't say.
Because you should, like, even right now, you're trying to make me say something more about Outkast I've never said. I've always said the same thing. I don't really like their style of music as far as the production. The Dungeon Family production isn't really my.
You don't
my
really
style,
like their rap. So in
Snoop
other words, you feel about them how I
Dre
feel
is
about
nice.
Busta Rhymes.
Dre is nice. Big Boy is nice. They're not for me. And then I keep with it now. If niggas want to make it something else that is not there, and try to fish for something. Then I get annoyed.
So let me. This is the same thing he said about 50 Cent too.
No, 50 Cent's trash.
Okay.
Okay,
So
there
that's
you
another.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
another
Y'all,
person.
niggas will make. That's what I'm saying. That's the another thing I was going to get to. The people that I'm not a fan of really. I have no problem telling you I think that nigga's whack. So don't try to put something on me.
right,
That I'll say it myself.
No, we're going down
Get
this
Rich or
list.
Die.
We're going down this list of great
Get Rich or Die
artists.
Trying is the most overrated rap album of all time to me. Is that good enough?
That's crazy. But go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll give it to you if you want it. Don't put something I ain't say. That's my point.
You told me Aquemini ain't good.
No, I didn't. I said, Lance, I caught Lance.
You said you listened to it and you said this shit is not good. I don't like it.
Listen, you know what's funny? I was driving home. I called Lance on my own. I said, this shit is dope. I didn't know shit was on.
I remember exactly what happened. Listen,
what he said to me was,
this nigga is a liar. Oh, God, that is crazy.
Handle my Bible act. What you said to me was,
that is insane.
It's not, I can't say.
Good people of America,
let him get his bars off. Let him get his bars off.
Already lied.
I'm not lying. I can't say this is 100%
I called that nigga and said,
let him get his...
No.
Okay.
No,
I'm going to tell you what he called and told me.
You can rebuttal in a minute. Let him get his bars off.
I'm going to tell you what he called and told me.
No, that's not... Let him get his bar off you next.
I'm going to tell you what he called and told me.
Go ahead.
He called and told me. He said, yo...
Go ahead. Let him go. I don't drink. Let him go.
He said, yo, I don't like this shit like this, but what I am surprised about was I didn't know Big Boy rap this good.
So how did that make me say that shit was whack? I said, you like that.
You just said I don't like. You said I don't like this shit. You said I don't like it, but I didn't know Big Boy was good.
No, for one, I said this shit is dope, and I said Dre's dope.
Give me your favorite songs on the
I don't listen to it like that. It's good, but I listen to it like this is good, but I don't really like.
So when you listen to it, you say it's dope, but I don't never.
No, what I'm saying is it's not. This is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to mince words. What I'm saying is it was. I listened to it like, oh, this shit is pretty good, but I don't really like Outkast like that. That's all it was to it. Don't try to. That's what I'm saying. That's where shit gets.
Okay, so what? Okay, so why?
Don't start. Okay, so what happened?
I'm telling you the truth.
No, you're not. You're lying.
Okay, so why?
Have you heard AT Aliens? You told me you never heard.
No, I said no. What I ever heard is the first one. And I thought I mixed them up.
Okay. So you never heard Southern Playlist?
I never heard that.
All right, cool.
So what's the beef with?
There's no beef.
What's the beef with? No. Go give us the Get Rich spill. What?
Yeah, Get Rich. Because you name it.
I just think Get Rich is overrated. And like even the other day, I was in the car and the Rare Time Radio was on the old school channel, and it was they played 21 Questions, and that was one of the records when that album was out. I'm like, niggas is really just fucking 50. Because this record is not fucking dope.
I mean, that's what happens when you hot, man.
No, I get it, but I'm like, y'all niggas is really just gassing all this. The album starts off good, and then that shit just tails off to me.
Really?
Yeah. It's super tails off.
So about like Bloodhound and all that shit?
Yeah, I don't like none of that. I don't like none of that. Like when 50, I feel like when 50's overall image and that shit wore off kind of, because again, we talked about this before last week, 50's not that nice. So that's why he don't really hold up now, because he can't rap that good.
Why don't 50 hold up now?
Don't play dumb. We just had this conversation last week.
50 don't hold up well as a rapper now.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, you talking about him rapping right now?
Yeah.
As a rapper, he don't rap that good. Did we just have this conversation?
No. I agree with that. I agree.
You'll start lying.
No, I'm not lying about nothing. When you say
all I said, so let me continue.
I know. When you say when you say he doesn't hold up like that, I thought you meant the music that was great doesn't hold up.
I'm talking about 50 Cent.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were saying.
He's not that dope because he don't rap that good, and I never thought he rapped that good.
Right.
You know what it is with 50 now is his music doesn't sound current anymore.
Because he's not that good. That's another thing. Let me finish, y'all. Ask me about Get Rich. I listen, even with 50, like I feel like the production on the album wasn't that dope. Like people like, I never liked that production. Even I felt like even when like I listened to it, I'd be like, I don't like the sound that unit sound that fucking. I don't know what the fuck to call that Martian ass music. That shit is weak.
Because this is a question, but I don't want to cut you off.
I feel like it influenced Eminem a lot on
right.
Encore.
But this is a question, right? Because we can do that, don't rap that good stuff. So let's say his run was from 02 until when? Where his music held up?
After it started falling off after Curtis.
So
and Curtis did a big first week because of the hype of what that shit was.
I mean, no. But time out.
After that
No. But before you say that, because we can't do numbers if we talking about just the music. Because then if you do numbers, then
you said the run though.
No, I said when did he fall off as far as rapping?
As far as like, what do you mean, like as far as lyrically, or
as far as his music?
No, because I don't even know if the rap. I don't even know.
No. From the beginning, I don't like.
Right.
Well, no. I said because I think the Massacre is better than Get Rich.
Okay, but what I'm asking because this is what people do all the time. It's like if you hate on somebody and you say all they do is sell records, that's trash.
No, see, don't do that. That's why
you got listen.
Don't say hate on.
You got to listen.
No,
you got to listen.
Just make sure you're not.
All right, cool. You got to listen. Once you say something is trash, and then you say, but it sold 12 million. You say, I don't care. It was trash. And then when something doesn't sell 12 million, and then you say, see, it's trash, and ain't even selling.
Who said that?
You just said Curtis' first week numbers did this, and it started to do that.
Right.
Or we're talking music.
Because I misunderstood my bad.
Right, that's because you're not listening.
No, because you said run.
I know. Just listen.
No, I heard you.
Just listen for a second.
I heard you.
All right, cool.
I heard you.
So I'm asking you.
I heard you.
I'm asking you, right? The music.
Yes, nigga, man.
The music. When did the music not sound good anymore?
It started sounding dated after about Curtis.
Okay, so when you heard like Before I Self-Destruct, you said this don't sound good.
Yeah,
this
Before I
sounds dated.
Self-Destruct sucks to me.
And I feel like all 50 music sound like that. I feel that's what I'm saying. And I've heard you say before too. 50 don't sound too much different than he did before. So for me, that's just all trash.
Okay.
But you know what? To your point, I don't know if it was as much because is that as much Before I Self-Destruct the music absolutely sucked, or did that music just run its course by then?
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
So time out.
You don't pick good beats like that.
So time out.
Can't rap that good.
So time out.
His image wore out.
Okay, so now we're going from 02 to 2007. I thought that was 09, but it was 07? Curtis
was 07.
Curtis was like 07. I thought talking about Before Self-Destruct was maybe 09.
Curtis Before Self-Destruct was 09 or 10. Yeah. And I don't know how y'all feel about. I don't know how y'all feel about all of these mixtapes.
I like the G-Unit mixtapes, like the Elephant in the Sand and shit.
I don't know about, but this is, if you listen to that shit, this is still classic.
Right.
But we'll just, for the sake of what y'all talking about.
Right. We're talking about 50 solo artists career.
So from 02 to 07, right? And we're saying it's because he can't rap, right? So let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
Mobb Deep was hot.
Right.
What was that run?
Mobb Deep's run, what, 90?
I don't know if
Four?
had a really a run though.
You said Prodigy was the best rapper in the world at one time.
And then you said he sucked.
No, you didn't. It wasn't even a crazy statement, but you said that before.
When was Prodigy the best rapper in the world?
During HNIC. You were like, Prodigy was like the dopest in the game.
Prodigy?
No. A lot of people said that. I don't know if he said it, but I don't know if he
said
it. Wasn't. It definitely wouldn't be off that album.
Okay. All right, cool. So let me ask you this.
Because Prodigy was best in the 90s.
Right. So when was Prodigy dope?
Prodigy at his best was from Infamous.
We need years.
This is 95 to 99.
95 to 99. So Prodigy was dope for 4 years.
That was pre-Prodigy to me.
Right. So Prodigy was. I mean, because you said he wasn't a good rapper. Like you said, he sucked as a rapper, like lyrically.
When Prodigy fell off to me, it was a noticeable decline for me. Was Infamy. That was 01. So I'll say Infamous to Murder Music, which is 95 to 99.
So from 95 to 99, so Prodigy had 4 years of being this dope rapper. Mm-hmm. And 50 had
none.
Oh,
right. For him, it's none.
Right. But for most people, or not, I ain't say most people, because I'll tell you what happened when 50. And it happens to artists like him all the time. Right. And it was, or even scratch that, because there's no more examples. When was Cameron dope?
For me, Confessions of Fire, but. For a lot of people, the Dipset run was what, 02? 03? 03?
Peak Cam,
03 to 06?
Cam's two best projects was Come On With Me. Here's the thing, people like Purple Haze a lot.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to people. Talking to you.
For me, Purple Haze, I get it, but Purple Haze took so long to come out. I heard all the raps already.
Yeah.
So Purple Haze, if it was brand new, I would say it's the Purple Haze. So I would say, Come On With Me, Diplomatic Community 1, and Purple Haze.
So that was from like 02 to 06?
Yeah, it was about 4 year run.
Let me ask you this
what you're saying is,
let me ask this question. Right.
The lifespan of...
This is people try to dig too deep for something. Do you think Cameron's a good rapper right now? When you hear him rap, you like, this nigga nice.
Cam is pretty similar to what he's always been.
That's a yes or no question. When
Cam,
you hear him rap now...
I like Cam. Cam's dope.
But you don't like...
No. What's I'm saying? No, that's what I'm saying. It's different because Cam, production-wise, themes that he picks are horrible. Can he is there like, for instance, on the program mixtape, he has a song with Don Q. Don Q's one of the more like the nice niggas in New York now. And Cam, I think he made a concerted effort not to get bodied by Don Q, like the up-and-coming nigga. And Cam's verse was super dope on that song. I like that. I like the verse on Hallelujah, the first verse.
See,
and I like the rest of it.
I think that's the thing, though, is artists have sounds, right? And I think that's the reason why we give Jay-Z this credit and other artists this credit, but Jay-Z's the one who sticks out the most. Is an artist will have a sound that kind of is like you were saying, whatever that G-Unit sound is, right? Yeah. and then it runs its course. Like we were talking about Jeezy, like, man, I like Jeezy's first 2. His other albums ain't even weak, but I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not too many artists are able to escape we heard the sound already.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, we heard that sound already.
Yeah, I'm just
Unless you
asking
can find a way to recreate some shit.
But I'll say this. So, and that's why it's cause
DMX.
I feel like he's a good one. I feel like Cam's ability hasn't really fell off. Like, he had a good verse on A$AP Ferg's new album. And like,
I don't think 50's ability fell off.
Yeah, the same way.
You see what I'm saying?
Same way.
It's like,
right.
No, but I think
But
Cam is better.
they both get mad lazy with raps. They both get like, and you be like, come on, fam, you're not even
And that's
trying
why,
with this
that's
verse.
what I'm saying. That's
But-
the point I'm not going to be about, because I gave you a whole ass 10-year gap with Cam was not good.
No. I mean, so are we saying 50? We're saying 50 fell off because he could never rap. I'm saying he fell off because rappers fall off, and especially rappers in his position who start to venture into a million other things. There has never been a rapper who started doing all of that
And that's
still.
fair. My thing is get rich, which was the beginning.
I mean, but that's why this is a crazy opinion, and this is why you might get famous for saying crazy stuff like that on the internet. Because
that's not the
his
point.
enemies say that that's hot.
We've had this.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, and that's fine.
I mean, you know what makes that interesting?
listen, this is my thing.
That's true, because that's what's interesting is I think there's so many rare occasions where you could just be like, this shit's undeniable. You know what I'm saying? Like Thriller, you're like, man, this shit's undeniable. Like, nigga, the world stopped. This is undeniable. It's dark and hell is hot. Shit like that. Get Rich. That's like, we only got a few that you like, nah, there's no fucking argument that's gonna make that possible.
No, we've been having this conversation for.
But it wasn't on camera, so you can't go back and say you didn't say certain stuff. So look.
No, I'm not. What if I said that wasn't true? That I haven't said to y'all a million times.
I don't know. But look, so
Yeah, you do.
So what I'm saying is, LL Cool J, you talked about Ludacris, we talked about Nelly.
Or are you saying
DMX.
Luda's over? Are you saying LL's over?
We didn't say LL.
No,
You said that.
I'm making a point about when rappers start to get into acting and take that serious, their music suffers.
I don't put LL in that though. I
Oh,
feel like
okay.
LL put out good music after he.
After In the House?
Like,
after
what, like
rap,
this-
after Word, he put out some hits.
Yeah,
50
he put out some
hits.
hits.
Like, Gold
right.
album was good.
Come on, we're not doing this right now, man.
Yeah, I mean,
L-
you might think it's good, but
Well, I give it. Okay.
Whatever,
I mean,
okay.
LL.
we know LL's trash
LL
now.
fell
Shout out to
off.
LL. Oh, today's his birthday.
Yesterday.
Oh, shout out to LL.
Yeah,
Today's 50th birthday.
I mean, LL can always make a hit. That's LL Cool J.
I don't know if he got it in him anymore.
No. This is the part about a hit. 50 Cent made, to me, arguably the best song of his career 2 years ago.
What song?
I'm the Man.
Oh, is that on the Kanan tapes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Arguably the best song he has ever made. I stand by that. I put that song with any 50 song he has ever recorded.
You know what's
but
interesting?
It's just not his moment.
Do you think? Yeah, and that's true. I think even 50 was talking about how it not being really his moment. Do you think? Because I as much as shit 50 got going on, he would love to be a relevant rapper again. Period. He's a rapper.
Maybe.
I don't even think that's a maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think? I guess all we can say is if you predict, do you see 50 Cent making something that moves the meters again culturally, as far as on charts or the shit niggas playing clubs or the something like? Do you see that?
I don't know.
Dance instruction ass songs you make.
I don't know because
Step with your left foot.
Because-
Hear that shit.
nobody
50
has.
definitely took
Nobody
one.
ever
Like one of
has.
Drew's old girlfriends in high school definitely was having 50
Yeah.
Cent posters.
Now
on
this
the
is
wall.
but this is what I will say. What I will say
Oh,
is,
yeah, he was 25 by the time that shit came out.
What I
That's
will-
why the shit passed you, nigga. You was already 30 when this shit came
what
out.
I will say is
That nigga can't fuck with Offset.
he did that, and then he what he did with Get Rich, he moved the meter again with Power.
Right.
Like
Absolutely.
And you know it's crazy because I think like we
I'm
could
gonna watch
say-
Power too.
This guy here. We could say 50 Cent.
Have you seen that episode?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I've only saw one scene with Lala.
If it was Nas, boy, he'd be caught up.
If it was I Gave You Power.
Power is a dope show. But look, this,
No,
this,
I'm gonna watch Power though, because I heard
this
this guy.
is the crazy part about
I don't be watching binge watching.
And you know what?
Only
There's
thing I
so,
watch Game of Thrones.
and there's so many spoilers now. I don't know the shit, but I know names of this nigga got killed and this nigga's out of
Ghost was
prison.
in jail
And,
for hella long.
yeah, it's hella
Look,
shit. So I don't know if I.
we're talking about somebody who literally moved the meter 5 times.
Right.
We're talking about
I'm a huge
we're
50
talking
fan.
about he changed the way music is consumed and
Right.
bought with mixtapes.
Mixtapes.
Love 50.
I mean, no, these are just the facts of what happened. Unless something didn't happen.
And 50 with all the mixtape, like 50 has the greatest catalog of mixtapes still to this day.
50, we talking about he's the reason why
That's
the
arguable.
mixtape thing is popping, right? That's
That's
all.
two different arguments.
That's an opinion, but he's
That's
the
two
reason.
different arguments y'all
Yeah,
say.
yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying he's the reason why the mixtape shit is popping. Period.
Right.
That's not.
No,
an
that's
argument.
true.
One, the reason why this world star, all hip hop culture happened was 50
It's to
Cent.
keep up with 50.
Two, that was follow 50 around and see what he say today for 2 years.
Right.
All of them websites.
That was LeVar
all
Ball.
of them, all of them blog sites.
LeVar Ball starting some new blogs.
And I do, there are
Two.
50 songs that I like.
That's two.
50 got some shit.
Three.
He got a lot of music.
The shift in magazine culture from the source being the gospel to it not being was 50 Cent. That all happened at that time.
Right.
Three.
That was 3.
4. The first big, you remember when 50 signed the Lionsgate deal for $200 million for 10 films? And they laughed at him because they said, it ain't even theaters. And now everybody goes straight to Netflix.
That's crazy. That's hella
That
true. I didn't even
happened
think about that.
7 years ago.
Right.
And
All
people
kind of
was-
weak ass movies came out from that, but he got paid. I'm dead serious. Fuck it. Fuck it. Will just made one too. Hey, shout
Right
out.
was cool.
I ain't never seen it, but it looks weak.
I saw a 50 movie on Netflix yesterday. I didn't know what it was.
That's what I'm saying. That's I didn't even think about
It's called
that.
Shoot Up or some shit.
So
like
far,
that.
50's the GOAT. Go ahead. What you got? What else you got? Fifth. Shit, I don't even know if we need a fifth.
So is 50 Cent the greatest rapper of all time?
Sounds like it.
No, I don't. I
He
think
changed the world. That's like
No,
Miles-
but
that's-
you don't argue any of these things, right?
Because that's what they said about Miles Davis. He changed music like 7 times.
I mean,
do
if
you
I-
argue any of these facts? Do you argue any of
Did I
that?
say anything that
That
didn't
he
happen?
changed mixtapes forever and that he made the best movies.
I didn't say you meant.
No,
That's tough for you to say he didn't say.
with you.
That's
I'm fucking with you.
I-
Go ahead.
I'm
go
saying
ahead.
did.
Go ahead.
So far you're thinking he's close to Miles Davis. I'm with you.
No,
All right, go
I
ahead.
think I like what Steve Stout said. I mean, and we got to talk about that's more opinion though, but just and that's kind of his opinion, but I just agree with it. Like, cats was scared to say each other's name after Biggie and Pac got killed until 50 start calling niggas out, and then you get Ether Takeover. When they was shooting shots and wouldn't say nobody's name, for years they would do that, and then 50 came out and was like, man, you niggas is bitches. Fuck him, and then niggas got courage. That happened.
And then
But-
like I remember like that first week number shit.
Nobody
talked
cared
about
about
that
first
shit.
week numbers. No, nobody talked about that. But he's trash. But I like what Steve Stout said.
That's
though.
crazy. With all of this, he still sucks. That's the crazy shit. Like,
Yeah, that's called a hater. But I like what Steve Stout
that's why
said.
that shit is weak. You gotta be a hater because you don't fucking like.
No. If someone
that
did
shit.
did
But
all of that
because my
and
point
they're
is, when I listen to his
trash,
music-
We're not even talking about G
I'm
Unit.
talking about the music. I don't like his songs. Fuck all that. All that shit is that's good for him. That helps him in the forward. That's dope. I'm just talking about that nigga's music is not live to me like that.
Right.
That's not being a hater, nigga. That's I don't like his music.
Right.
All that shit you saying is irrelevant. to my point.
But
That
no,
don't make you a hater. That's,
right?
don't
No.
do that. Don't do that.
What makes you a hater
Oh, shit.
is, I mean, yes, true or false? Have you in your lifetime
damn.
written a 50 Cent diss song?
Yep.
That's not about music. That's called a hater.
Why don't you? I mean, I'm telling you, where's we gonna find that girl who had that poster or something?
Right? I mean that.
What?
She had a poster hanging up of 50 Cent.
Oh.
One of the
No.
records.
What
We
is
gonna
that?
find
What
that
is
shit.
Jay? What does that mean? If a stranger writes if somebody write a diss song about me,
Nigga, he
that's
said-
not
he
that's
said-
not them
like,
saying they
he
don't like
said it was
my music.
lyrical exercise.
What did we say last week?
He's just working his shit
Right,
out.
what did we say? Like 9 out of 10 niggas want to be a rapper at one point.
Yeah.
So I wrote hella raps.
Your end was
No,
gonna,
So I wrote-
your end was gonna be
I was
dissing
like,
50.
No. I
Good,
did.
'cause you
I
were-
didn't. I was young. I was like, what?
28.
So I was young.
Hey,
and
I was lightweight nice. Niggas tried to.
Because let me ask you this. What other rapper did you write a diss song about?
Ooh,
None.
none.
So you only wrote a diss song about 50
Because
Cent
the songs was whack.
because his music was whack.
Yep. I don't know him.
He said that's how 50.
Exactly.
He said that's how 50 got in the game.
So that
Man, like 50 was dissing the Brat and all kind of shit.
yeah.
So is 50 corny?
I didn't say
50 a hater?
I didn't
I
say
mean,
he
what
was-
else you said?
Yeah, just 50 a hater? Absolutely.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
He finds fun in hating, but to him, it sounds like playful, like it's all good.
Yeah,
No,
like
it
he
sounds
was hating on
this sounds
Jay-Z.
like Venom.
He was hating on Jay-Z.
Venom is like fucking.
That was a lot.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. That's when become. See, if I'm gonna be a hater, that's fine. That's fine. I'll wear that hat. Now, Venom, that's like you're a lover. Like, that nigga's honor. Like, did you swear to the old gods in the
Hey, no, okay, so
when I say Venom,
Like,
everyone can-
Venom is about, if that was like, if I post some shit like, yo, fuck this nigga. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I can't say you haven't.
I'm in a joke.
I'm about to say,
everything forever.
Go ahead.
You remember like an elephant. Nigga.
Go ahead.
So my point is this: if I was like, man, I was writing some raps. I met a rap about 50. And I told you that. That was it. There's nothing more to it. It wasn't like I was like, yo, I'm gonna put this out. Nigga, put me in the booth. I was writing out a rhyme book, and I wrote, and then I don't know. Well, I might have heard a song. Like, this shit sucks.
So he was the wackest. So he's the wackest rapper you ever heard.
No.
So he was just the one who deserved it.
That was what was going on in that exact moment in space.
So
and time.
wait. Well, one thing we're getting away from though is Lance. We know Drew's. I gave mine.
Right.
Shout out
50
to
is weak,
Bustin'.
people. I'm gonna
Shout
tell
out
you
to
this camera.
Bustin'
50
Luda.
weak to me.
No, I don't do that because I don't want to get beat up, and I might want to.
They beat you up.
Go ahead.
Whatever.
I don't think 50 shoots people anymore, so we good. Go ahead.
What was you asking me?
You got who do you like? You don't like somebody, right?
No,
Who you got?
like
Who you got?
Lance buys the fence. Lance will just tiptoe around every fucking thing.
That
like
nigga
a
is
fucking
Fred
mammoth.
Astaire. Go ahead.
That nigga danced through raindrops, boy. So whatever he about to tell y'all niggas is bullshit.
I mean, I'm literally trying to think of like
nigga-
artists.
I mean, because you don't have to. I mean, because I like, for instance, Kevin Hart.
This nigga's
I
great.
hate that I don't like Kevin Hart because I
nigga-
think he's a good guy. I follow him on IG because I think he's
I don't even
like.
know- I don't
but
even
that
know-
he just doesn't make me
Look,
laugh.
I don't even know if this is.
And
that,
I don't dislike Busta or Luda. That shit just
like 8 Ball and MJG are legends, right? I don't like. I don't
see, that's
like,
what I'm saying anymore. Come on now, but that's what we got.
I mean, I'm trying to think of if I'm just saying I think their music is not good. Like, I don't want to hear this ever in life.
Yeah.
And someone who's like a legend or someone.
I mean,
who's
8 Ball and
considered-
G are great. Yeah.
Like 8 Ball and MJG, I like 2 songs, 3 songs from their catalog. I'd be like, dibba, dibba, dibba.
So you got 8 Ball and MJG and Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen ain't that good. I don't love the Beastie Boys music. Like I'll be hearing that shit like that shit.
So what else is going on in music this week, people?
I don't know
in
what
the world, man. What's going on?
I mean, maybe I'm supposed to be a hater and
Name
name
said
the
the goddamn Beastie Boys.
name the biggest selling artist in the world. Be like, yeah.
You might
that's
hear
not-
about some hot things. This nigga said the Beastie Boys.
No, so,
Niggas-
okay.
That's my point. The nigga last week.
I mean, who? I mean,
All right, man.
But to his point, I've never heard him say he didn't like any of them. So
let's go.
it would all been new to us though, because I've never heard him say he didn't like any of these people. So hey, I mean, to his point, that's
honestly,
fair.
this is the thing. This is dope for you know what I mean. Like we interacting with the people in the.
But he can't just make up
Like,
some shit.
Listen, let me finish. So I don't want to get back. Like so you're a big Kanye fan. Let's get to it. You're a Kanye fan, right?
Yes,
or
I'm
no?
a Kanye.
I think you're a Kanye hater.
Okay, but that's.
No, I think you're a
Listen,
Kanye hater too.
No,
That is
I
true.
mean that's fine, but I'll
Let's get into it.
tell you
Where
this.
was this Beastie Boys
Right.
bullshit?
I'll tell you this.
8 Ball and
I'll-
MJG
and
bullshit.
I'll tell you this. I'll
Fuck
tell you
out of here. That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you
Niggas,
this. No,
let's get some takes around here,
right.
man.
I mean, I can just make up some shit, but I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I will tell you this. A lot of times with stuff like that,
Oh, this nigga's good.
a lot of times stuff like that, a lot of times with stuff like that,
This shit
it
funny,
is
bro.
about how someone else feels about them, not
It
you.
ain't about me, man. I'm asking you a question, my nigga.
Tell me this.
I'm asking you how you feel about Kanye.
I think Kanye's dope.
All right, man. What's next?
I mean, what do I think about Kanye?
No.
What do I
To
think
Lance's
about
point,
Kanye?
I don't think Lance dislikes
What do-
Kanye.
what do I
No,
think about
you know
Kanye?
what is tough though.
I mean,
Once
tell
again,
me.
you're good though, because you don't really
That's what
say
I'm
anything
saying,
that.
man. Like shit,
You
niggas
don't-
been saying hella shit over the years.
Hey, y'all just gotta be here for
No,
like,
exactly, man.
y'all just gotta be here for this nigga. He's good.
No, we're here now.
No, we here.
We're here now. I'm a Kanye hater.
I wanna watch the
Right?
Cavs
No, you say it. Tell me what makes me a Kanye hater.
I feel like whenever we talk about Kanye, if you give Kanye, if there's a conversation about Kanye, it's gonna be some kind of, you'll give him credit, but if you see him feeling like it's a little backhandy.
Like what?
Like you just won't give him his, if it's, I'm like, oh yeah, it was cool, but.
I think, but listen,
ahead.
that's the funny part.
Go ahead. No,
Jay,
go ahead.
You're witnessing this, right?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Jay, you're witnessing this. He said it'll be a Kanye album, you'll be like, oh yeah, it's cool. For that same energy, I love Eminem's album for saying, nah, it's cool. For Kanye,
Well, no.
for saying it's cool,
Because
I
you're
hate
calling
it.
some weak shit cool.
I'm
and you
calling
call
the
great
life
shit.
I'm calling the life of Pablo cool. That's great shit.
So you think the life of Pablo is on the same? What'd you call my Dark Twisted Fantasy? Let me remember.
I
I'm
said
not
it was good. I said it was good. I said I liked Lloyd Banks' album better. I said it was good. And I said there was some really high highs in the songs.
I like Banks' album's cool. Like there's no way Banks' album is as good as that album.
I mean that's fine, but I'm also a fan of rapidy rap shit. Like I'm a fan. So a lot of them songs where it's like producing credits, like somebody hear All the Lights and say, "Did you hear the strings?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, that shit was cool." I don't hear All the Lights and say that shit was hot. I say it was aight, and then I hear that Michael Jackson line and say the rapping is not good. I'm a rap fan. Like I'm a fan of like rapping. If you hear me loving a nigga's raps, he's usually super gangster, rapidy rap, or a pimp. Unless there's something that you've missed about the shit I like. It'd be some rapidy rap shit, some gangster shit, or some pimp shit.
So do you feel like Kanye's overrated?
I feel like yes, but he's too good to be overrated. At the same time, I like Jesus.
I think he just did it.
Just did what?
He overrated, but he's too good to be overrated.
Yes, I feel like
This is the life we've lived for.
I feel like
That's why
listen,
all this shit is bullshit. People.
How?
That's why I'm not gonna participate with
Chris Rock said my Dark Twisted Fantasy is the best album ever recorded in music. Period. That's overrated.
He on the album though.
He's on Rick Ross album too.
He said Rick Ross is the greatest rapper of all time.
No, he didn't. He said there's not a better MC. That's different. If you say not a better MC,
Either one.
I mean,
Either one.
I'm just telling you.
Do you think that?
Do I think that?
Or is that close to being true? There's nobody better than Rick Ross.
I think right now in today's
Yes or
game,
no question.
it's close. I don't think that's preposterous right now in today's game. If you say ain't nobody just better than Rick Ross, I guess Kendrick. So yeah, but after and Kendrick's in his own space. But I'm not gonna tell you J. Cole just better than Rick Ross. The music they put out, I'm not saying that.
I wouldn't either.
So if somebody says there's not
So
a
why
better
is Kanye
MC,
still? Why in your eyes is Kanye overrated?
well, first off, he gets like lyricist credit, like high praise as a lyricist.
See, I've heard you say that before, but
You don't think Kanye West gets high praise as a lyricist?
No, but more so when he was young. More so like college dropout.
Yeah, maybe a little
Right,
earlier.
yes, and he wasn't.
That was
and
15 years ago.
And he wasn't writing his raps then. So it's like when somebody else does that, we don't give them that high praise lyricist if you say he ain't writing his raps.
How long was niggas saying Drake was dope as fuck though?
They were saying that up until they heard ghostwriting rumors. That's when it stopped. That's usually when it stops.
That's what I'm saying, but you don't hear that about Kanye anymore. That's my point. You
No.
hear that about old Kanye.
And-
You don't
and
hear,
old Kanye-
nobody listened to Cruel Summer was like, man, Kanye the nicest.
Old
nigga.
Kanye, people were fully aware he wasn't writing his
But it-
raps.
I don't
I don't think so much.
Really?
In 04?
Yeah, I
You
don't think so.
You don't think
Nobody-
people?
niggas
You mean
know-
like just the general public? I don't think
The
so.
general
I think
fan
we
base
knew
did
that
not
about
know.
it.
I didn't
You think the general public
not know
knew?
Ryan Fest was writing Kanye. I don't think.
I
niggas-
felt like he was
I don't-
coming
I
out
don't-
saying that
So
back
you
then.
think generally speaking, people knew in 2004 or maybe even earlier because he made that song before that niggas knew Ryan Fest wrote College Jesus Walks.
I don't know. I think by the time Late Registration came out, people knew. So I mean,
I
whatever.
don't think that either.
That-
I
that's-
think after.
that's what
I think a long time.
that's-
after. I think when that happened was when Kanye was Dark Fantasy. When Kanye made it open
Right.
that I'm calling, which on this album, for instance, he called everybody in Hawaii and said, "We're recording this album. This is like a training camp type environment, and y'all niggas, we're all writing and we're all collaborating."
Okay.
That's when I think people got
So-
the idea. They did a whole run on it and everything.
So even with that, nobody. You know when people stop listening to Kanye as a
People
lyricist?
still put Wayne there, and I think it's
Wayne's a good one because niggas know Wayne don't be writing
Niggas
shit.
know Wayne
Nobody.
don't.
Wayne got a new mixtape. People think it's really dope. The Dedication 6, and there's been Wayne's had ghostwriter rumors for years.
Oh, and speaking
but
of that,
the-
any of you guys follow Gilly the Kid on Instagram? The nigga's fucking hilarious. Follow him. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Even
I ran
like-
into him on an accident. He's fucking hilarious. Follow him.
Wayne's
Shout out to
ghostwriting
Gilly.
rumors
I
were
never heard
just
him rap, though.
rumors. There was never nothing that was
Kinda. But you, I mean, as far as
That's
you
the
feel
case with
safe
Kanye back in
assuming.
the registration. If that's the case, it was very similar. It's the same thing. We go when they go
Yeah.
to Gilly and Corey Guns and all
And
these
what was
niggas
what was the battle rapper
and
who signed to him? Who was
yeah.
on the Bedrock record? Jay Mills.
Jay Mills.
Yeah.
They said Drake wrote for. I mean, I don't.
I think I do, and I think Drake was writing for him.
And
Pusha
even
T said he Pusha T said like you have ghost.
I mean, they were beefing.
I know, but I'm saying though, but also other people.
But I think
other people have said that too though.
Right. I mean,
I think Drake was writing for Wayne early, and I think now, when Drake has writers, I don't think Drake has writers because he doesn't have the pen for writing.
Because Jay-Z has ghostwriting rumors.
Right. And Jay-Z ghost wrote for people.
So did Wayne.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel what I'm saying? So did Drake.
So if we can go
You know
right,
what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So
But even though with that being said, Jay's ghostwriting rumors are those are very rumors. Like that's like that. I mean, there's Nas ghostwriting rumors. Those are like super rumors because ain't near no nigga confirmed
that's
that.
based on one nigga's tweet.
Yeah. So those are a lot more rumor.
Jay's not based on one tweet.
That shit all started when the nigga tweeted Lupe like you started writing again like you wrote for Jay on
Right.
the album.
And then Consequence hopped on Breakfast Club and said he wrote on Encore. Or he wrote on the Black Album.
Right, but we talked about that last.
I mean, I know.
He had an interview where he said, I helped Kanye with the hook on Encore. That's exactly what he said.
I mean, that's a way to clean that shit up.
He didn't clean it up. It was, if you saw what happened, I think.
I watched Breakfast Club. He said
It wasn't even on the Breakfast Club, Lance.
I seen him on the Breakfast Club. I seen Consequence on Breakfast Club. Say he wrote on Black Album.
What that initially came from was he did an interview with some radio station, and Complex posted it saying he wrote for Jay, and then Complex deleted the tweet.
Yeah,
rephrased it because that's not what he said. When you clicked out, I saw the initial one. I clicked on it and I watched the snippet of what he said. He didn't say nothing that he wrote Jay-Z's raps. He said Kanye called him.
Nobody says they wrote.
He called. He said no, but he said it wasn't I'm watching him say it. He said Kanye called me and said help me with the hook to Encore.
Right.
That's all he said.
Right. I don't.
Yeah, but like
I don't think nobody speaks on that.
Yeah, but with that being said, Jay-Z's very.
If we look at innuendos, this is one thing we can factually see and something that happened.
But Jay-Z's is very rumored to like the end of it. Jay-Z's is a lot more rumored than. I think it's kind of the writings on the wall. I think.
I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, really damning stuff though. Like, I think it's really safe to say. Okay. I don't even care, but I think it's safe to say Wayne had writers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think that's fair to fully come to that conclusion.
And then another thing with Kanye, right? And this is just a lot of people hear Kanye and they talk about it like I've never heard anything like this before. And I'd be like, y'all don't listen to fucking Outkast? Like y'all don't listen to Tribe Called Quest?
Yeah, I was about to say
like that happens a lot. And
for me,
like,
I hear Kanye, I hear Tribe Called Quest.
That's the overrating. It's like 808s and Heartbreak.
But to the point though, it's a different generation. He's reintroducing, and that's kind of how it happens.
Let's speak on the same generation. I like 808s and Heartbreaks. You say it's trash, right?
I don't like it.
I like it. I'm the Kanye hate nigga who likes 808s and Heartbreaks. He gets credit for changing and rapping, singing. The Love Below came out a few years before that. And it's like, no, that's where this came from. Was that.
See, but the Love Below is a lot more singy than rappy. Right? Would you agree with that? The Love Below is a lot more singy.
So is 808s and Heartbreaks. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, fair.
I'm talking about when you hear 808s and Heartbreaks, people are saying, nigga, Kanye done changed the sound. And it's like, you know, the biggest selling album in the history of rap music came out a few years ago, and it sounds like this, right? Like, do y'all understand that? Right. So, I mean, when you hear that, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, people kind of.
How many great albums does Kanye have?
Great albums? Three or four?
Okay, that's fair. 1, 2. Yeah, for me about 4. 3 or 4.
I'll say 4.
College dropout, late registration. But I heard. Okay, so let me clear up college dropout. Where are you at with that? Because
College Dropout is dope.
Or did it not live well with you the same or something?
No, listen. This is what I said about College Dropout. The time it came out, I didn't like The Love Below when it came out. Nigga, I didn't want to hear I didn't want to hear that shit when I was 18. Like, I wanted to hear drug dealing and violence. I didn't want to hear College Dropout. I didn't want to hear The Love Below. I was listening to Outkast, but when that came out, I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. I started listening to Love Below a few years ago. Like, I'm not saying when it first came out, I'm like, this the hottest thing in the streets. I didn't want to hear that shit. When College Dropout came out, I was like, oh, yeah, this is.
That way.
Right. Love Below's dope.
I heard College Dropout. I was like, oh, this is tight. There's a lot of this that's like corny. I'm like, yeah, some of this shit is cheesy, but the shit that's hot is like really hot. But it did open a door, and that did start a movement. that's an undeniable classic album. Like anybody trying to go against that sounds weird. Like that's a classic album, and that's like a landmark. Like
Get Rich.
Yeah, it's like a get,
But not quite Get Rich.
Not quite that, but you know what I mean. It was Get Rich for Squares.
Right.
Is what that was. So it's like you had the yin, and that was the yang, and then on the other side you had like
which is always necessary in music. That's why the whole shit worked so well in 07.
And then on the other side you had like Thug Motivation. It was like
Great
the classic for, trap sound and all of that. I mean that's
Does that still live well with you guys? Do you guys still listen to Thug Motivation? You guys still listen?
I haven't listened to that particular album in a long ass time. Jeezy's
I listened to it over the summer. I remember when I listened to those.
Jeezy's favorite. My favorite Jeezy album is the second one. I like Inspiration the best.
Really?
Inspiration.
I mean, I like the Inspiration, but the feeling Thug Motivation, like I said, you can't recreate in the moment. The time, like that was what you was riding around to for a whole summer type.
Yeah. So Kanye got even what I was just saying this before. I don't know what niggas be listening to. I don't feel like people like Kanye have wasted music. Kanye, every time he dropped, he gave you something. So it's like I might not like the direction where this shit is going, but as I'm listening to it, like nah, it's just,
Yeah, but I think that's a whole different question though, because some shit is because you can still like, for instance, with all like for example with college with Get Rich, I'll never say it's not a classic. I just don't like it.
Right.
I'll never say what it didn't do. Like it it did what it did. Like,
So-
I don't like it. So what certain things do, like as far as I lost my train of thought. What were you saying just now? I lost my train of thought.
I was just saying you was a hater, bro.
So as far as
So-
as far as like current rappers, you got Kendrick. Some people put Cole in there. Like
Son's calling. I lost my train of thought.
who do niggas feel like is special outside of the ones we talk to? Like, is there any talk about? Is there anybody else who you're like, this young artist gives me a certain feeling, hip hop or R&B, a feeling, or like this person has special upside potential?
Jordan Lucas.
Jordan Lucas.
Absolutely.
See, Jordan Lucas is like super dope lyrically. Man, I tried to put that shit in.
Yeah, his album wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, but that.
But once again, that goes back to you liking that ribbity rap shit. I do too, but I need it to sound good to me too, though. I need like good, like for instance, Sci-Hi's album. I think Sci-Hi's album is very well produced. Rapping is great. Like all of that. I don't just
concepts.
like Sci-Hi's not just rap because he could just rap, and I think if he just rapped, you would like the album just because Sci-Hi's gonna say some crazy shit. I like Sci-Hi's album because it's A+ rap plus, like I said, subject matter, concepts, production is very good too. And when I heard Jordan Lucas, I was like, fuck, man, he's very talented. I couldn't.
I feel like
Shit,
as far as like
couldn't
right
do
now, the rappers right now, the way the current climate of the game is Sway Lee is
Yeah,
next.
you've
Like,
been singing that
that,
tune
I
forever.
think even like I heard the new song for the Black Panther shit. This shit with,
No, I haven't heard it
with,
yet.
J Rock, Kendrick,
Yeah.
Future, and what other person. But I listened to it. I know Sway Lee wrote the hook on that.
Yeah.
Mike will make the beat, and I listened to it. That's Sway Lee's cadence, and they had pictures in the studio together too, like from like a month or two ago. So when you get Sway Lee on shit like that, he's writing hooks for Kendrick and shit like that. Like there's certain pockets and things that he's in. Certain like I just like for instance, when I look like Black Beatles. That song I was listening to.
The second the album came out,
that song they go to number one 8 months later.
The second album came out, you were
Yeah, like, that
Black
shit is
Beatles.
crazy. I'm not listening to it. I'm like, because I've heard him on that and like other songs like the other shit on the album. I forgot the name of it, but anyway, like just him. He's like the like that new wave sound he was going for, like that Devo, Flock of Seagulls type shit. Like when a nigga that young to be in those kind of pockets and doing that, like it's crazy to me. But listen to that, or like you listen like on 2 Chainz's album on Poor Fool, like his perspective he was coming from on the hook on that, like that nigga is sick.
Yeah, Sway Lee is very
like
good, very
unforgettable. That song, like you know, like
Yeah.
we listened to that shit way before that shit took off. Like
Yeah.
I heard that shit the first time, I'm like, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
French got blessed one because this nigga Sway Lee made that fucking record. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't French's 12 verses, 12
Yeah.
bar verses.
Best
like,
thing French did was just stay out the way.
Sway Lee fucking killed that shit. That nigga's incredible. Like Sway
Sway's
Lee's
good.
the nigga. Like that's the best young dude, especially for this.
What
climate.
about you know who's underrated to me? I think had a super underrated album last year. Another person whose albums weren't put on hella list and shit. But Joey Badass's album was dope, and Joey
Yeah.
Badass is dope.
Yeah.
Like that album was dope as fuck to me. And even going back that I haven't even listened to it hella much. It's thinking about it as many times as much as I heard it and was like, oh, I like it. I didn't come back to it as much as I should. I think that's something I'll revisit soon. But I think Joey Badass is very talented.
Yeah.
I've still never heard Joey Badass.
Joey Badass.
I heard it was
is
cool
dope.
though. I believe it.
His album's dope. And I mean, obviously, this one's real strong politically and all that, socially and all that, with all the things going on. But Joey could definitely spit.
I told myself I would listen to it.
That album's dope.
I told myself a lot of stuff. I lie to myself from time to time. I'm gonna hear it though.
It's dope.
Joyner Lucas is dope, and Joyner Lucas.
What do y'all think of T Grizzly?
I think T Grizzly's dope, but I only heard one song. Anyway, that one song hot. Like, as soon as that song came out, I was like, Drew, this shit's the hottest shit. Like, that shit was crazy to me. First time I heard it was like, man, yeah, this is it. And then we had the big ass discussion in one of the music groups we're in, and I was one of the people like in the minority. I felt like it was like, this shit is raw as fuck, and this shit's gonna go. There's something authentic about the way he raps.
I think that's a big part of it is he resonates with people. Jay-Z said the same thing about it. Like I believe him. When I hear
sound like, but this
The
shit
song-
sound like some shit.
the
It
shit-
sound like
why-
Mozzie or something. You be like, I buy into whatever the fuck this nigga talking about.
Kind of like when 50 Cent came out.
Yeah, right. Fact.
The time when I knew that song really went was at Tiffany's party. I was like, they all know the words to this shit. Like, cause it was still kind of weird. Just talking about it in the
And the
group
first-
at Tiffany's party, like, yo, they all know this. T Grizzly that song still doesn't do it for me like that. But I've heard other shit though. I heard the mixtape that shit was on, and it's cool. Like, it gets real repetitive with artists like that because one thing, like, and I think Trevor kind of agrees with that too, is like niggas who are like to it's bugging out like it has to be more musical, like you're talking about style.
Right.
Like it had like the production,
Yeah,
like the
it's
concept.
got to give me more than just.
When you had that same kind of nigga, I come through. I want like by track 7, like all right, I'm not getting 18.
Yeah.
Well, I know what's coming. Like you know what I'm saying. So that part has to develop. You know, with
That's
certain
made
artists,
through all
but-
18 Eminem shit, so that nigga make through any of it.
You know what's funny is because we do that, but I think we only do that when we don't like somebody. That's how I feel about that kind of stuff. Like I be listening to like what's going on Marvin Gaye, and it sounds every song sounds very
It's the
similar.
same. That's my whole about.
I mean, Drew always says that. I think it's.
saying that for
and-
years.
Yeah. I'm not. You're not gonna hear me. I mean, I think
And that's one thing
it's on
too,
the
like,
short list.
when
One of
I-
my favorite
when
albums.
I was-
It's one of my favorite albums, but it's like even like you listen to Kanye,
But that's how music was.
and
back
you be
then.
like, oh yeah, this all has the same kind of.
See, no,
soul,
but
same
it's
vibe.
interesting because there's
Early
it's
time.
interesting because there's a fine line because you want to hear an album from start to finish all come together, like even like perfect, like who's perfect at it, or for all 3 of his studio albums is Kendrick, right? Like you hear from, so it's like almost like one long story or at least one synchronized concept. But at the same time, every record not sounding the
It's
exact
definitely a
same.
fine- it's definitely a fine
It's a
line.
fine line, and that's why it's so hard to do, and that's what makes classic. But to your point for what's going on, though, what's going on is very much here. So that's kind of nuanced.
One thing when I was making beats, when you go back and listen to Al Green records, all that shit, it's all like that.
You can tell they have the same studio musicians hitting
Exactly. And
the same
If you listen to those old
shit.
Jackson 5
Right.
records, a lot of that shit sounds like I Want You Back.
And the thing about it is back then, a lot of times they weren't even concerned about an album.
Exactly.
So you just make sure you got a couple for the masses, and then you just drop the album.
Which is one, y'all know I'm a huge MJ fan. And one reason why I fuck with him, one thing that him and Quincy had a great thing they did with Off the Wall was his whole thing was I want to make killer, because those songs are called fillers. You get the single, get the B-side, put those out, and let those rock. They changed fillers with killers. So when you listen to Off the Wall, now all this shit can go.
Right.
Now I made 10 songs that can go.
Right.
And that's one thing that he did. And you listen to a lot of those songs from the 70s and all that. Why are you looking at me like that? So that's some shit that...
Especially like
niggas
Motown,
changed
Hit
the game.
Factory,
Yo,
which is
a lot of
literally
that shit,
just-
it's a cycle like Motown, like Barry Gordy and the Corporation. Them niggas had Gamble and Huff, all those guys from back then. It was a...
Super
it was-
systematic.
all
It
that
was
shit out.
a fucking
Even like later on, like you get to like the boy band stuff, you listen to all like those NSYNC and Britney Spears
Yeah.
records. That
Same
shit was,
line.
it was all formulaic.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
hard
a
to break
conveyor
down,
belt. It's
especially
just
when the first one you
Right.
made like that
Right.
sells 5 million records.
Right.
Oh,
You
man,
know-
we
you know
pump
what
a bunch
happened?
of those
You
out.
know what happened?
That's the radio ones, the label ones, and that's what you think the fans want.
You know what happens when you write something great? Like like when you write for TV or something like that.
This
So
is fire too.
they'll say,
Yes.
hey, okay, give us a joke, right? You write a joke, and you feel like you wrote the best joke you ever wrote, and they say that's amazing. We need 100 more just like that.
Right.
That's how music works.
Right, and that's what that even Kanye was talking about
On,
everybody.
Last Call.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, much people just want a whole bunch of Blueprint beats."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit work. Do that again, and recreate that shit over and over again. So to your point, that's true. But yeah, Miguel is definitely on the R&B side. Like Miguel, like people be shitting on this recent album. That shit is dope to me. So maybe I'm just the extra Miguel because like not even as cool. I think that shit is dope as fuck.
Lil Bow Wow is another artist too who has classic material that I'm not a fan of.
You like classic tweets where you bullshitting?
Lil Bow Wow's a legend. Don't you come up here and disrespect Lil Bow Wow. Shad Moss ain't shit. But Lil Bow Wow was that dude.
I never liked a Lil Bow Wow song before.
Hating. Lil Bow Wow, you just don't know. The way you
that's the
move
best
so
one.
fast across the globe. You ain't run through.
No. Fresh in my what is it? Fresh
Fresh as I'm in?
Yeah, shout out to Tip
got
because Tip
classic.
wrote that.
Yeah, because you know it started with T.I. used to write for him, and then it turned around, and
Yeah.
Bow Wow started writing for T.I. These are the facts, people.
T.I. wrote that.
We got, in the group on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on Facebook who petition. Like everybody who watches appreciate that shit. And everybody who like gives feedback and all that. And we were talking about people asking us questions we might want to touch on and talk about on the show. And shout out to Tyra. Tyra's always supporting BMOC fam. And
Can y'all see how ashy my arm is?
It's impossible to miss. But go ahead.
And she always supports. So she had a question about what we think about like college coaches and everything else. Like we saw Alabama with their staff was getting at the national championship. What do y'all feel about that as far as coaches getting paid? And players not getting paid and all that. Like what y'all think about that?
Like,
Real quick?
I think one thing is we always say like, man, it'd be so hard to figure out how to maneuver that money and how it's going to go about getting taken care of and how it goes about getting done.
Yeah.
That's going to probably, well, fuck that. Well, let's start trying some shit out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't keep using that excuse. We got to try some shit out. I don't even see the argument anymore on compensation. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear the person at this point who's against players being compensated for their work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was
You're getting a free education.
facts.
This is a couple things. There's two
White people!
things. There's two things.
Not you.
Neither one of y'all.
He's not white.
Oh, it's lit.
He's just fair skinned. He could have passed back in the day. They wouldn't have fucked with you.
He's like Colombian. There's two.
You know his last name?
I can't pronounce it.
Because he ain't white. All white people's last name is like oppressor or
Master.
Johnson. You Johnson?
Oh shit.
That's an interesting concept even back then, though. Like, people who could pass. I mean, because that had to have been attractive at that time. Even if you were proud of who you were, you'd be like, man, all I got to do is motherfuckers will buy this shit, then I can say that. I couldn't judge the people who passed back then. Go ahead.
Shit. Oh yeah. So two things. So people always point towards like the extreme. So Alabama, they say it's won what 5 national championships now. One of the most important programs in sports. Period.
On the backs of who?
Right. No, what I'm saying is, when people always point out, well, Alabama's making this, but they're not making that at San Diego State,
Right.
and Utah State. And
So it
shit
should
like
be
that.
nuanced.
Right. So how do y'all feel like? And also, too, the second part of that is with paying players. I think after obviously they should get paid, or at least be allowed to benefit off their likeness, whatever it may be, whether it be bring college football games back or jerseys, whatever it may be. But
They can't even have jobs. I was talking to my boy at work. I was like, how is that even legal?
yeah.
Like, I want to know what law would make, because there's no other line of anything where it says you can't. Like, how is that even legal?
We're not paying you and you can't go make money.
So
I don't even know how that would hold up. How that holds up in court.
How do y'all
I'm talking about federal law. Like, how's that hold up? Do you have any idea?
No fuck clue. I mean,
That's
I thought
crazy.
that was long when 1865. I thought it was long. But, so, how do you balance that with other sports? So if you go to Duke
See, for me,
obviously
that's
the basketball team does what the basketball
See, for
team
me,
does.
that-
But what about like the track and field?
For me,
athletes
that's-
who work just as hard as their craft. How do you?
No, it's
how
not
do you
about
balance
working
that?
hard though.
No?
It's no. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's not about working hard. Because we're in a society of the people who can bring in money make money. It's that simple.
So how would you feel if you were on the track team? What if you were? Like,
I don't bring in no money. Actually, the basketball team's funny.
Right,
to me.
but also, the big part of it is what a lot of like Josh Rosen, quarterback at UCLA, said. It's a full-time job. It's a full-time.
Right.
Whatever the fuck you doing, if you are.
No, you have the right to do what you want though. That they should now the track kid, they should be able to work. That's where they're like, why can't they go to fucking job work?
Okay, so
but as
my-
far as if they should be getting money, they're not bringing in money. People who bring in money make money. That's the case. It is everywhere.
That's just America. So then,
Right.
but we talk about how a lot of America is fucked up. So do we keep that same?
That initial thing can't ever be changed
Right, but-
in society.
But also too, but they changed but what they're trying to do in the NCAA is make this is amateur sports. So if we're all everybody's amateurs because those other athletes they have money on the line too. There's endorsements and shit they can get from Adidas.
Yeah, they should be able to take that. That's what they should be able to do.
So what do you think?
I think everybody should get paid. I want to know how that. I want to know how people.
So you feel like the track kid should get paid?
I thought everybody should get paid because they're putting in. They're if you are becoming a world class athlete, whatever the fuck you're doing, plus putting in time in school to stay eligible to do all.
No,
that
but
shit.
if you're not bringing in any money, that's when it just becomes your choice.
And
now.
I don't.
Okay.
And
That's when it becomes like you
I don't
well,
know who's bringing in what. I do know there's enough money for everybody to get paid. They just don't want to pay everybody.
And how do you also?
But do you
and
feel like
question
the
too is-
track kid at Oregon should be getting paid?
I wouldn't mind if he did.
No, I'm talking about just the logistics of the basic logistics
I
understanding
haven't
we
thought
know.
about that because I've only paid attention
Right.
to the sports that I
That's what I'm
see.
saying.
So
That's
once
my
again,
thing is I
the
always think about
revenue,
all the
because
kids.
you got to
If
understand,
you're a
Oregon
rep-
football is paying for them.
Iowa,
So they don't need to get paid. Like they
wrestling,
wouldn't even
Iowa
be.
was a big name. Iowa was a big wrestling school. Like so.
So you literally crunch the numbers.
Right.
Are you bringing us money?
Right, so do you think it should be like a flat number like that?
No.
Do you think? Okay.
Because
I'm not saying you're wrong. just
No,
wondering.
because Ohio State, Alabama, Texas, USC bringing in all this money. Yeah, then
Now also too. Now my second part of that too. What do y'all think about competitive balance? Because we know Texas has an abundance of money. So how do you keep the competitive balance in the country? Because if that's the case, if it's all about money. Because because you have to kind of gauge it somehow. Because
But there already is no competitive balance. If Alabama
but,
wins
but,
every year-
but to an extent though, because Texas has been trashed for 10 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, then they have more money than
well,
everybody.
here's the thing: and you have to be if you go to a power conference school, you should get paid. As a football player,
Yeah.
certain basketball schools because basketball
It's
doesn't.
murky,
Bas-
because
it does.
UCF was undefeated in the top 10.
But we're
teams
not
this
talking
year.
about none of that. UCF
And they're
don't.
better than fucking
But UCF don't.
Florida State.
But you know what? They wouldn't be if they because UCF wouldn't get none of those kids if none of those kids they steal from any of those big conferences if they decide to pay those kids in those big conferences, and they can now go
That's what
get
I'm saying.
paid.
And then that was the point.
Let them have their own playoffs.
So what do you
Let
think?
them do their own thing.
No, like, I don't know.
So
Like,
yeah.
I do feel like there's different levels to it. I do feel like I do like college kids should get paid, but I also do like I've always thought about the other kids on campus because I know I'll say that I'll put me in it. If I was the best nigga in the country at the 400 meters,
That's dope. You got a chance to be in the Olympics.
And say not even go to like say I want to go to Tennessee, which is a big football school, but the football team fucking sucks.
No, it isn't about good or
No,
bad.
listen, I'm talking about for me. And I'm putting in work. I'm going to be probably further along with what I'm doing than any of these niggas. I don't get no money.
But
because
it has
they're the
nothing
football
to
team.
do with that.
That would piss me off.
It has
personally.
nothing to do with that.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm talking about
All
how
this talk,
I would think about it.
But how could you if we're saying listen
Because
they
also
pay
too-
for you like literally the football program pays for these
That's
other.
true. That's true.
It doesn't matter. You're in a sport where the revenue's not there.
But I'm still putting in the same
Because we're
work
talking
everybody
about
else.
people who are
That's what it's
making.
about, though. It's about niggas putting in work. Individuals.
No, they should be able to. They should be able to get sponsorship. And they should be able to work at fucking Taco Bell if they want.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen.
I agree.
They should be able to get sponsored.
Yeah.
But that'll never happen because they're in cahoots with. I think for instance Tennessee Adidas.
Right.
But they should be able to get sponsors and get their money that way. If you're a top prospect to be in the Olympics at 100 meters,
There should be revenue sharing.
There
We
could be a
talked
ton.
about last week as far as unions. I think some sort of thing for. Go ahead.
No, because the whole argument. Because I'm not an economist. I don't need to figure that out. They need to figure it out.
Right.
The same way they
'Cause
figured
they-
out how to not pay them, figure out a way to pay
right?
everybody.
Because we
I
can't,
agree.
and that's my answer. You can't say we don't know how we do it and just keep not doing it because we don't know how we do it.
Right.
Have y'all
that
watched
can't
School?
ever be the cool answer.
Have y'all watched School
No.
on
What's
Netflix?
No.
Nobody watch School? No. Okay, y'all don't care about this type of stuff. All right, cool. It's called school. It says the price of college sports, or something like that. It's basically talking about college sports and about how they playing for free. They talking about Ed O'Bannon's lawsuit.
Oh yeah.
And you watch these people talk, and it makes zero sense to a logical person, because what the answer is like, fam, listen, it's slavery and y'all just gonna accept that. But they can't say that. What they call it
Indentured servitude.
that word that I don't say well is what it is. Aaron Foster's talking about it. Jay Billard's talking about it. The guy says, what did the owner just say for the
Browns.
for the Texans when he said we can't have the inmates?
Oh, running the.
One of them dudes said something like we can't have the monkeys running the zoo. Something to that effect. So then the guy says,
H&M's in business with NCAA now?
No. It was like an old film. Like the guy who came up with all these ideas is like talking. They're playing the video. This guy's just talking about how they're gonna do it, and that's still what they go to. It's like
that
Ronald Reagan.
infrastructure. Yeah,
it's like them going back and listening to Ronald Reagan. Like, yeah, this is how we'll destroy the black community.
Right.
Like, and they're listening to these old videos. This fucking Nazi left. So then, there was this big press conference. They were like trying to talk about it. So then the guy says, "Why is it that you can't pay the athletes?" And he says, "Because they're students."
That's so wrong.
And then he says, "So why?" He says something. He said, "Because they're athletes." He was like, "You know what? Never mind."
Right.
Do you think they should get a free education and?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I know you just asking the question.
Because the thing is, also too, so just devil's advocate.
They should get free education.
If you go to Vanderbilt, tuition at Vanderbilt is fucking crazy.
Right.
But why? I mean, because
it's one of the best schools in the country.
Listen,
So-
when you
so
say tuition costs the price.
but hold on, let me finish answer your question.
Yeah, let me finish.
I don't mind that because Northwestern's a great medical school.
Right.
I need motherfuckers who know how. If I need my chest opened up, know what the fuck you doing. So charge these niggas whatever the fuck and all that. You gotta dig into some of my shit and fix stuff. I want that shit done right. I think we all agree on that. So
Right, but that's not.
Or if you're a school that works on, there's great at sending people to NASA. If you doing that shit,
Right.
be good at it. So
Right.
that's I don't that part. I'm sure there's more bureaucracy and shit that goes on with that, but
Yeah, to your point though,
like, do you feel like damn, I forgot my point.
Because how much it costs means nothing. I mean, because we'll go on the West Coast.
Oh, that's what I'm
Stanford.
saying. Yeah, tuition. So if the tuition is higher at another school, plus you're paying now say you get a full ride scholarship and your tuition is $75,000. So that's $75,000 plus I got to pay you another $25,000. Like, do you feel like that school should do that?
Yeah, look. I think every school's pay would be different based on how much money these teams bring in. Because the other argument, Vanderbilt can't pay what Tennessee can pay in the same state.
Right, but the tuition's higher though.
Right, so for that reason they can't pay the same. So what I'm saying is every school can pay something different.
And
it can be negotiated.
And
Right,
the tuition
yeah.
is a number they make up. Like literally.
Well, no, there's cost and overhead.
No, there is cost and overhead, but
Yeah,
that's
labs and
still.
shit and
That's still. Listen,
I mean, because it's a state of the art. I mean, Vanderbilt's a state of the art fucking school.
right.
So
but you're paying for a seat. Schools work like prisons.
Essentially.
It runs based on we need people here.
Right.
I mean, that's just what it is. So it's like, yeah, and they're gonna be people here will make up a number. Yeah, that's how much it costs. Literally,
No, I think it's more than that. I'll give them that. But I do feel like I said, I feel like there's a lot of shit that we don't even comprehend or think about.
Yeah, as
day
far
to
as
day,
overhead,
how
nuance.
much that shit costs.
Right.
Like if you are a chemist, I don't know how much. None of us know how much it costs to figure out how to change math, all the weird shit. Like I'm sure there's science laboratories.
I'm
biology,
and I'm only
UC Davis is a great medical school. Like
I'm only saying this because you start to see certain stuff that's like stuff that you feel like is expensive. The more popular, famous you get, they give it to you for free.
That's true.
Which means it didn't cost that much. It's not that valuable. You put that number on it because people will pay it. I mean, that's really what it is. So it's like, yeah, man, that's a $20,000 watch. I guess. I guess it's a $20,000 watch. You know what I mean?
That's the market.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's
That's the
what they'll
market.
pay for.
That's
I mean,
the
because
market.
people pay $2,000.
You know what? I always felt like that. You
tennis
know what's funny? I feel it's funny you should say that. I was, and I still do to an extent like that too.
Mr. Johnson and your Yeezys.
But we was playing around. I posted on my Instagram. Me and my son, we was at Walmart fucking around, and we put on a pair of like Walmart shoes. That shit is not the same as shit.
No, shit don't.
But people be like, "Oh, you can buy that."
No, it's not.
That's not. I don't know what the fuck that shit I put on my feet.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, I be feeling like to an
like
extent,
that.
I feel you, but I'm like, nah, maybe. It's
I mean,
a little
no,
different.
they're-
But people, but people try to make that argument like, oh, well, Jordan, they cost a penny to make. Now, what the fuck did it cost to make this? 'Cause that doesn't even
Jordans
cost
are
a
not
shoe.
comfortable. Jordan shoes are not comfortable.
It's relatively
It
speaking,
depends.
though. It's relatively speaking compared to them fucking Walmart shoes.
Yeah,
They're
that shit feels
fucking
like you have
pillows for your feet.
I'm telling you, those Jordans do not feel like how much you pay for them. They're not that kind of comfortable.
Yeah, I don't even know how you can. Yeah, I don't know.
Have you put on any like?
And the technology.
I mean, mostly only out with Jordans. I wear
Because
is ones
I feel like,
yeah.
because I couldn't imagine hooping in like a Jordan 6, right? Niggas do it though, but also you gotta think 1991, that was the
It's
best
different.
shit
Yeah,
out.
it was different. Yeah.
But if you put like the newer Nike shit, like their updated shit, like new LeBrons and KDs, this shit is totally different. Like it's not even the same kind of
Right.
shit. Like,
So to answer your question, Tyra,
yeah, Tyra.
to answer your question, Tyra, athletes should get paid, and white people are racist.
Do we
thank
got a
you,
game
guys.
4 today? We got a
we
game 4.
got
We got.
Cavs Warriors who gonna win
When do they play?
at 5.
Oh shit! Why am I still fucking with y'all?
Yeah, we got.
Okay, I'll still be friends with you guys for 5
That's what we
minutes.
recorded earlier today.
Cavs Warriors. I mean, the Warriors are much better than the Cavs. So I mean, the Cavs could win tonight. I don't
Cavs
know.
got 13 straight at home. Winning streak.
I mean, I mean, if the Warriors come to play tonight, the Warriors beat that ass. There's no. I mean, it's just that simple.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? I know you love
The Cavs-
LeBron,
yeah,
but
the Cavs are playing like shit, and the Warriors are playing great.
no, I mean, even if
this-
it's,
this-
I
this-
mean, the Warriors are just a different caliber team than everybody in the NBA.
yeah.
Except the Rockets.
They beat the shit out the Rockets. Hope James Harden gets back soon though. But yeah, I mean,
James Harden's hurt?
Yeah, James Harden's out for like 6 weeks.
Harden
Nigga, I know my hoop. Nigga, let's go.
Word.
He got
But-
hurt like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he been out for a while. But Warriors by far easiest team. What we got? Did you
like-
know they play today?
No, I didn't. I didn't know.
Nigga,
But
you don't know shit
They
about
played
hoop.
on, and they played on MLK Day the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's true. But
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Warriors.
I was there last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Shows you
Warriors.
where my life is going. This time last year, I was really close at the Warriors
Now
Cavs
you're on the
game.
illest fucking podcast on earth. So
Oh yeah, that.
yeah, so
So
Duh. Warriors by a lot of points, and it's in Cleveland.
I think it's in Cleveland.
It's in, yeah, because I'm not there.
They're gonna beat the shit out of them. But shout
Yeah,
out
that's
to
why
them.
you're not there. It's lit. See that?
Yeah.
Back next week.
Oh, that's for the Lakers. Then Alonzo ain't playing. Never lost. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all next week. God bless you. Happy MLK Day. I am going to go
Oh, yeah.
indulge in my white women.
Oh, that's kind of pretty. That's kind of. Maybe we didn't even shout out to Martin Luther, but we should have probably tackled that. We'll work on that. Shout out to Martin Luther though. He's a great day off, amazing man.
You didn't
Love
give
you,
him his full- you didn't give him his full name.
Martin Luther King
Call him
Jr.
Martin Luther. That's a religious man.
Yeah.
He was named after Martin Luther though.
Well, I know, but
That's a religious man.
A religious man.
Martin Luther was great though. I just watched the documentary on
I
Martin
know
Luther.
the DVR.
Martin Luther's
I watched
fucking.
it.
Martin Luther's a great man, but shout out to Martin Luther
It's on the
King.
DVR. I watched it.